In Alaska, you're one of two things: dead, or you wish you were. Most days for Alaskans are spent continuously attempting to tie their Velcro shoes. Same can be said for this dipshit, James Del Ritchie. He excelled in high school sports in the 90s, but honestly, being a star athlete in Alaska is similar to being praised as the tallest dwarf or smartest kid on the short bus. He attended one semester at the University of West Virginia. When he couldn't properly spell his name, he dropped out and returned to the frozen taint of Alaska. He became a drug dealer after returning home and adopted an alias name all the ladies used to call him in the bedroom. Tiny would push drugs over the next several years before getting arrested during a home invasion. He had handcuffs and handguns in his possession. Ritchie would move away to Virginia until 2016 when he decided he wanted a worse quality of life. He returned to the skid mark state known as Alaska. On July 3rd, fireworks came early as Ritchie decided to start murdering motherfuckers by a bike path. One victim had ties to drugs and didn't pay his child support, so really, who gives a fuck if this guy got killed? The other victim was female and homeless. Ritchie felt remorse for her. It's not living out of a box is a bad thing. It's the fact that the box was located in such a shit-tastic place like Alaska. So he killed her. July 29th, Ritchie shot the son of his childhood friend while the boy was riding on his bike. The gunfire was heard by surrounding houses, and people ran outside to see Ritchie riding away on little Trayvon Kendall Thompson's bicycle. You heard that name right. A month later, Ritchie would shoot two more people dead in a park. One of the victims homeless, the other riding a bike. The FBI would offer a $10,000 reward for any tips leading to the apprehension of Ritchie. $10,000 in Alaska is a massive amount of money for those igloo-inhabiting dumb fucks. And they got over 175 tips. Every single tip was towards a different person other than Ritchie. On an obviously frigid November morning, an officer was responding to a call about unpaid taxi fares. See what I said about that 10 grand? Everyone's broke in Alaska. The officer was patrolling the area when he drove next to Ritchie, or Tiny as the ladies called him, and asked if he saw what went down with the taxi issue. After no response, the dick-headed officer got out his megaphone and asked once again. This pissed off Ritchie like any normal person. So, inspired by the group body count, he pulled out his Colt Python, not the body part but the weapon, and opened fire on this pig. He yelled, "Blue lives don't matter," and shot the officer 4 times in the intestines and liver. The officer was wearing a coat made of polar bear pelts, so he didn't die, and got out of his vehicle to fire back at Tiny. Another officer arriving on the scene saw what was happening and started unloading clips into James Del Ritchie, killing him under the coldest of Alaskan murder moons. Ritchie's weapon would be linked to the previous murders after ballistic testing. Badger, this is just another Alaskan dumb fuck going around murdering people. Who would have thought you could even ride your bike on the icy tundra that is Alaska?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what's worse, the fact that you're riding a bike in the frozen tundra, or that you're riding your bike in a frozen tundra that's very sparsely populated and some dumb fuck decides to murder you for it.